Today we're working inside Magnific, looking at the real difference between a free video tool and a paid one. We'll generate with Kling 2.5 first, 9x16, 720p. This is the free tool. It doesn't cost anything to generate with it. Kling 2.5 only takes one of two inputs, text or a starting image. I'm using a starting image, so first we build that. We generate it with Nano Banana 2, 9x16, 1K, also free. That's the reference image done, the exact same starting point we'll use for both models, so this stays a fair comparison. Balance check before we start spending anything. 24,000 credits. Keep that number in mind. Settings for the video. 10 seconds, 720p, and then the prompt, just describing what I want it to do. It literally tells me right here, only this node is unlimited, meaning this generation won't cost me a thing. And it starts rendering, 10 seconds of video. Here's the thing about Kling 2.5. I know exactly how it starts because I gave it the starting image. What I don't know is how it's actually going to end. Generation takes about a minute and a half, sometimes less. While that renders, it's working through my prompt, locking onto the starting image, and building the motion frame by frame. That's where the minute and a half goes. And there it is, my generated video. 10 seconds. I knew how it would start. I didn't fully know how it would play out until it actually rendered. And this one cost 0 credits. Balance stays exactly where it was, 24,000. Now let's see what changes when we switch to the paid version. I select this same video node and duplicate it, so I keep the exact same starting image for a fair comparison. This time, the model is Kling 3.0. This one's paid. I switched the model from 2.5 to 3.0, and right away you can see it. 3.0 asks for a lot more. It wants text, a starting image, a final image, and optionally a reference. 2.5 only ever asked for text or a starting image. And here's the actual difference. With 2.5, I know how it starts, but not how it ends. With 3.0, I know how it starts, and I get to decide how it ends. So from this same first image, I'm generating a second image, the final one. When you set up a scene here, you give it a starting image, a starting prompt, and a final prompt. I'm pasting the same instruction I used before. The direction doesn't change, only the target frame does. Model's the same too, Nano Banana 2, so this final image doesn't cost me anything either. Now generating that final image, and this one is what builds the new video. This is the real difference. With Kling 3.0, I get to decide exactly how the video ends, not just how it starts. Final image in, 10 seconds, same settings as before. And here's the number. This one is going to cost 700 credits. I confirm, it generates, and now we wait. That control, knowing exactly how it starts and exactly how it ends, is what costs the 700 credits. Whether it's worth it depends on what the video's for. So here are your two real options. One costs 0 credits, the other costs credits, depending on how much control and detail you actually need. In this case, 700. There's no trick here. This is just how AI video generation works right now. More control over the result generally means more compute, and more compute means more credits. Generally, for a 10-second clip, sometimes you need that level of control, sometimes you really don't. Depends on the project. I'm doing all of this live, in real time, so you see exactly what it costs and exactly how long it takes. There's another tool I use that breaks an entire script down into scenes and shots, with the action for each one. You feed it the script, the characters, the shots, and every scene gets its own starting image, final image, and prompt, plus how long each shot runs. That's a genuinely powerful tool for building full videos, but first you need to understand how a single clip actually gets made. And here's this one, finished, 10 seconds. Let's see how it starts, and now exactly how it ends, just like I planned. Look at the hands. It starts together and ends down, exactly the frame I asked for. Maybe the difference isn't huge. That's genuinely for you to decide, whether it's worth spending more or less. Balance now, 23,300. That 700 is exactly what this last video cost. So there's your real comparison. One video I know how it starts, but not how it ends, made for free. The other, I know both, and I control that transition myself for 700 credits. Whether that control is worth the credits, that one's on you. Questions or comments? Drop them below. See you in the next video where we put all of these tools together. Thanks so much.